Welcome to the Lion's Den Podcast Network, powered by Stark Roofing. With over 45 years of experience in the roofing and exteriors industry, Stark Roofing is a local, family-owned and operated company that provides excellent customer service and workmanship. Let's Start Roofing. Bring your home back to life. You can give them a call at 636-671-0045 and tell them Spanky sent you. Stark Roofing, proud title sponsor of the Lion's Den Podcast Network and this amazing podcast presentation.
Welcome to the Back to the Past podcast on the Lion's Den Podcast Network. We invite you to support the sponsors that you will hear throughout this episode as they support us to help make these shows possible. With that said, we hope that you enjoy this episode of the Back to the Past podcast and hope that you subscribe, follow us on the socials, and take a moment to spread the word about the show on your social networks.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Apollo 13 flight controllers, give me a go, no-go for launch.
You know that Easter vacation trip we had planned for Acapulco?
Procedures. Go. Control.
Go flight.
There might be a slight change in destination.
Really?
Maybe say the moon.
Booster.
Go.
Retro.
We're go flight.
GNC.
We're go.
And I take the controls and I steer it around
FAO.
We're go flight.
for a nice, soft landing on the moon. Better than Neil Armstrong.
Does it bother you that the public regards this flight as routine?
There's nothing routine about flying to the moon. I can vouch for that.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
The clock is running!
Houston, we have cleared the tower at 1313.
Okay, guys, we're going to the moon.
This is the crew of the Apollo 13, wishing everyone back on Earth a pleasant evening. Houston, we have a problem.
We got a wicked shimmy up here.
Houston, we are venting something out into space. It's definitely a gas of some sort.
Flight, the heart rates are skyrocketing.
The Apollo 13 spacecraft is apparently losing breathing oxygen. The emergency has ruled out any chance of a lunar landing.
Why are so many people here? Something broke on your daddy's spaceship.
I have a request from the news people.
Take it up with my husband. He'll be home on Friday.
Flight, we have lost the radio contact.
Econ, what's your data telling you?
It's reading a quadruple failure. That can't happen. It's got to be instrumentation.
The ship's bleeding to death.
This rate, we're going to skip right out of the atmosphere, and we're never going to get back. We're looking at less than 15 minutes of life support in the Odyssey.
We never lost an American in space. We're sure as hell not going to lose one on my watch.
Odyssey, do you read me?
How long does it take to power up the LEM?
3 hours by the checklist.
We don't have that much time.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Back to the Past podcast. We're going to be talking about Apollo 13. This is Kevin, joined by
Justin
and
Brad.
And yeah, Apollo 13, released June 30th, 1995. 30 years coming up.
Yeah.
Like
Can't
10
believe
days
it.
away as we record.
Yeah, as we record this.
Well, 11. Whatever.
Yeah, who's counting? It's almost, this day's almost over. Yeah, June 30th, 1995. Rated PG, which makes sense. It's nice.
Checks out.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy.
Nowadays, they would have found a way to make it PG-13.
Yeah. Yeah, the 13 aspect of it just floating right along here. Runtime, 2 hours, 20 minutes. 52 million Budget, approximately?
Shockingly.
I'm surprised it was that low.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, it kind of didn't feel 2 hours and 20 to me.
No.
Very quick, 2 hours 20.
Yeah, and I think that just is a testament to how they follow the story.
Great pacing.
Mm-hmm. Like at one point, I went ahead and paused, and I'm like, how much more can be on this? I'm like, damn, there's still like an hour to go.
Well, it's 11:15. I still have another hour. That's fine. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Right. Yeah. So on that budget of $52 million approximate, it made about $25.3 million over the opening weekend. Solid. On its way to $174 million in the United States and Canada, with approximately $355 million worldwide. That's solid.
It's a hit.
That there's a blockbuster.
Yep. Yes, it is. Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 96% critic and 87% audience. Probably some of the best scores that we've had on this show.
Yeah.
When it comes to both being combined. Then you have Metacritic sitting at 78 critic and 8.0 audience. So, yeah, still holding pretty steady with that as well. But one thing I do want to do is I also want to thank Stark Roofing. I would like to thank M&J Creations for helping to sponsor these podcasts as we release them. Mike Jones, Lions Den Podcast Network. Great stuff, a lot of great shows. If you haven't checked it out, check out the Lions Den Podcast Network for some other fun shows. Love and Laughter, Mike got pretty deep on men's mental health awareness kind of stuff.
Oh, cool.
Talk about some of his story, which I believe June is Mental Health Month.
It is, yeah.
So it's something to always be aware of. Great stuff. As mentioned on previous episodes, we've got merch, we've got t-shirts. Check them out. Brad, I'm surprised you're not wearing yours.
You know, I was going to, and then I had remembered I have a little NASA shirt in the back. So,
yeah. Very fitting for this episode.
You know, when in Rome.
Yeah. So yeah, check it out. As always, we do love to hear from you. Check out the show notes for more information on how to get connected with us. So directed by Ron Howard. Ron Howard's got a pretty good name going for himself with things. He's done a lot of great work here. And then you got written by Jim Lovell and Jeffrey Kluger. I guess that's how you pronounce Jeffrey's last name.
And I want to say the Jim Lovell part because it was based on his book.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then you got Tom Hanks here playing Jim Lovell, because Jim Lovell obviously has very, very first-hand experience with Apollo 13 as he was the commander of this mission.
And at the time, one of the most seasoned space flight people.
Yeah, I believe he was 42 at the time of this, so he was older than both Fred and Jack.
I guess it was like his fourth go up into space.
Yeah.
And a second time around the moon.
He'd been around the moon, and he wanted to go back, and he wanted to walk on the moon.
God, that sunk so hard for me, because I would love to go to space. So that hit me hard. I was like, that just sucks. You're right there.
I know.
And because of this whole series of events, like, you know you can't go. Like, you're fighting for your life. So that's a bummer.
Yeah.
And Tom Hanks, big space nut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of the reason this got made, but also the reason From the Earth to the Moon got made then, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Tom Hanks here is fresh off Forrest Gump, which was just the year prior.
Yeah.
And he starred in that with Gary Sinise as well, which Gary Sinise plays Ken Mattingly in this film. So they're paired up again in much different situations.
I was going to say, Gary Sinise's two characters, that one and this one, are very far apart.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Tom Hanks' character is very far apart, but
yes,
I'd argue Sinise is a little farther apart.
Also, Bill Paxton in another space thing, so,
yeah,
you know. Of course, he's not being chased by aliens.
That's true. Yeah.
It's not game over on this one.
But if you wait
Almost.
a year, he's
been.
chased by tornadoes.
Yeah?
Yeah, because that's...
Or is he chasing the tornadoes?
Depends on what scene it is.
Yeah.
If only we had an episode on that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Check that out in the back catalog. Yeah, so Tom Hanks, Bill Paxton plays Fred Hayes. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Then we got Kevin Bacon as Jack Swigert, the bachelor of the trio here, and who was the backup to Ken Mattingly, played by Gary Sinise, as mentioned, because Ken Mattingly reportedly had the German measles.
Or he was exposed to somebody who had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, as we would know, rubella?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so at the time, there wasn't a vaccine for that. We were very close, but in 70, we didn't have that. We were like a year away, I believe, before we got the, what do they call that?
The MMR?
MMR, that's it. And so, yeah, it was kind of a big deal that he might have been exposed. So I could see them pulling him.
Oh, yeah, because they didn't take any chances.
Nope. Still don't.
No. They're separated from their families for a period of time leading up to, from the general public, and just general.
And they even kind of showcased that a little bit in the movie.
They did, yeah.
Kind of across the road and like, oh, hang on there, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You can't just run across the daddy. He's got to stay.
Yeah.
Don't want to get any of our germs.
Yeah.
Yep. No, these earth germs.
6 feet apart. Too soon.
It was interesting, though, seeing that, because I was getting COVID flashbacks.
Oh, sure.
Of course, in their case, it wasn't 6 feet. It was like 20 feet.
Yeah.
Right. Significant amount of distance here.
They were careful.
A 2-lane highway.
Yep. 2-lane highway, outdoors only. Depending on which direction the wind's blowing.
Man, you thought COVID was bad.
Right. And yet they weren't wearing masks.
You know, maybe if they were wearing masks, they could be a little closer.
Yeah.
Put them in their spacesuit.
Hey.
Yeah.
Just don't bring that one with you.
No.
Right.
We've got Ed Harris playing, I guess you would call him command centers. He was the main guy
for the mission, yeah.
And from my understanding, that guy had been in that position like up to the 90s, like when this movie was made.
He did it for a long time.
Yeah. Plays Gene Kranz.
I've seen a lot of interviews with Gene Kranz. Very serious guy.
I imagine so.
Very, like, I could, of all the people to be leading Mission Control at that time, I can't name a single other one who's done it. I know there have been a lot of others that did it on different missions. But he seems like the type of guy who's real cool under pressure. He could handle anything. Kind of dumb luck that they had the one guy who could definitely handle it at the helm.
Yeah, definitely getting put to the test on this.
And Ed Harris, one of my favorite actors.
I was just about to say, I had no idea he was in this movie. For full disclosure, I had only just seen this for the first time all the way through, like a couple days ago.
Unbelievable.
I know.
Unacceptable.
Big
Mr.
NASA
Space
head,
guy over here.
Mr. Space head.
You got to turn in your credential.
Here it is. It's gone.
If that was a patch on your shirt, it needed to be ripped off.
You've been demoted.
Oh, I'm not wearing my NASA
Yeah,
shoes.
Ken, you've been demoted to Team 2.
You're now the backup.
You got Kathleen Quinlan playing Marilyn Lovell. And then we get into the Howard family reunion.
Yeah.
We've got Ron's mother, Jean Spiegel Howard, playing Blanche Lovell.
And I had no idea that was his mother for a long time.
I didn't either. Yeah, I had no idea that it was her. You have Rance Howard, who plays Reverend.
Who doesn't
very
really
small.
say much.
No,
he's just kind of there.
Small. Yeah. You have brother Clint Howard.
Who is great.
Yes, he is great in this role as Cy Liebergo.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
as Ecom White. I mean, he is very recognizable. If you've seen Clint Howard, you recognize him right off the bat.
Done a million things.
Yes.
But, well, he's started as a child actor and just kind of kept going.
Yeah. And then you have Cheryl Howard, Ron's wife, as an uncredited onlooker at the launch site. You have Bryce Dallas Howard, Ron's daughter.
Oh, I know her.
As an uncredited girl in a yellow dress.
She's also in Jurassic World.
Yep. And a lot of other things, including probably one of her best roles is in The Help. She was also in Spider-Man 3, I believe, with Tobey Maguire.
Oh.
Yeah. She was the kind of love interest that Peter Parker was trying to make Mary Jane Watson jealous.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's her. Wow.
As a blonde. That one in a while.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want the dark Spider-Man dance?
No. Nope.
Then we have Jim Lovell. He is an uncredited captain of the USS Iwo Jima, which is the ship that picks them up.
Yep, at the very end.
Splash site.
No, I remember hearing about that when I was a kid. Like, oh, look for the real Jim Lovell. He's there at the end. And I'm like, well, I don't know what he looks like.
Right. Then Marilyn Lovell is an uncredited onlooker at the launch site.
What are the odds?
Very, yeah. Roger Corman, congressman, during a scene with the Saturn V assembly.
B-movie director, producer, writer extraordinaire.
Okay.
Who just passed away this year.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes, the great Roger Corman. If you enjoy your B-movies for decades, you're very familiar with him.
If you really want to get into the weeds, you could throw Walter Cronkite's name in here because he recorded like some lines of dialogue.
Yeah, the narration.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
and there's a lot of who's who. Like you see them, and you're like, I know that person from something. Like Xander Berkeley's in this. There was the guy that I never remember his name, but he was the Reverend in Deadwood is in this.
Okay.
There's another guy that's in this who ends up being in From the Earth to the Moon.
Oh, it was the same guy. He looked exactly the same. Like, there's no way.
There's a few dudes who pop up in From the Earth to the Moon.
Kind of bald up front with the glasses.
Well, him too.
Okay.
But one of the guys who does the communication, I forget what they're called, the Capcom.
Yeah.
Starts out doing it like he's in From the Earth to the Moon. There's a who's who of just people that's like, oh, there's these people.
Right. Because, I mean, you have to have so many different people as whether they're bystanders or they're actually playing roles in Mission Control. And
because the real thing, I mean, there was a ton of people who were involved. I mean, they had day shift, night shift, third shift. Like, they had people all...
Yeah, this was kind of a 24-hour round-the-clock kind of situation here.
And I like that they actually showed, like, the changeover. And it kind of plays up like, hey, here's what happened. We had no issues. Now it's your turn.
Yeah. So, great cast. They did well with this.
And they got... This is one of my biggest pet peeves in a lot of movies that are, like, older. They don't look like people from that era. But this movie, they look exactly like people from 1970.
Yes.
They got the hair correct. They got the clothes correct.
The wardrobe, everything, set designs, everything.
Because cars were pretty close, with one exception.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about.
There were at least...
attempts being made.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Very good attempts.
If you didn't go down the rabbit hole a little bit, it looks close enough.
Oh, I didn't go down the rabbit hole. I fell down the rabbit hole.
Well, that's true. I won't lie. I do that too.
It's easy to do when it comes to movies and things like that, and just trying to see how historically accurate.
Oh, yeah.
Or how close they get to the time period. Which, I mean, this movie is real. This really happened. This is taking place like roughly a year after Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and them went to the moon and walked on the moon. And
yeah, I want to say it was like, what, 9-10 months?
How long from 11 to 12? Like 6?
Yeah, it couldn't have been much.
Yeah.
Something like that, because they walked in June, I want to say, and this is April.
Right.
So
Yeah, this is taking place from April 11th through the 17th of 1970.
Which, I mean, by their own, at the time, like, oh, it's become routine because we've done it twice already.
Yeah.
I mean, it just shows, like, back then, they're no different than us now. Like, it happens once and everyone's excited, and then after that, it's like, we've done it.
Yeah.
It happens twice. Oh, okay.
We did it a second time. Okay, it wasn't a fluke. All right.
Third time, who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Been there, done that, seen it.
Yeah. And it's kind of sad in a way, because, I mean, this is still very dangerous stuff, obviously.
I mean, in recent news, look at what happened to SpaceX. Like, they're trying to still workshop a new vehicle, and it just blew up while they were static firing.
Right.
I mean, going to space is no joke. There's, I think the line is even said, this is no walk in the park, or however he had said it.
There was one scene where they were like doing their publicity
this
photos.
This is not routine.
And he said, oh, what did you say about it? You know, it's routine. Nobody cares. And he goes, oh, there's nothing routine about going to the moon.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing routine about going to space, much less the moon.
Exactly.
Right.
It's kind of a miracle we even have made it this far.
Yeah, because humans are not meant to be in space. No. Humans aren't meant to fly, much less be in space.
Yeah, it's not quite natural.
As the old, I want to say it was Diamonds Are Forever, the Bond movie, where they made a comment about if humans were meant to fly, they'd be born with wings. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, makes sense.
It is, yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to get into the fun facts and the trivia and all the other notes that we took about this movie when we get back from this commercial break.
Are you ready for some candid photos? Are you ready for some joyful photos? Are you ready for some vibrant photos? Well, Terri Ann Photography is what you want then. Custom photography specializing in maternity, newborns, families, and high school seniors. You can't be you without being you. Fun, entertaining photo sessions on location with Terri Ann Photography. Call now and book your session today. 314-608-2137. Or you can email at terriannphotography.com. Also, don't forget to check out some of her awesome work on Facebook, Terri Ann Photography. We've all been there, trying to imitate those sounds our vehicle is making so we can get it fixed. But have you been to Kempin Automotive? With almost 40 years of experience, Kempin Automotive is a complete car and light truck repair shop. And whether it's a click, 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 or a bzz, 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 the talented techs are going to make sure to diagnose the problem, get it repaired quickly, and give you peace of mind so you can drive safely again. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, located in House Springs, and just a phone call away at 636-671-0100. It's Kempin Automotive, the mechanic people trust. Nobody ever wants to be in that situation. On top of dealing with the pain, the hurt, the stress and anxiety of what happens next, most of us have no clue where to begin or how to make sure we aren't left with a financial burden that could add even more trouble to our life, especially when it wasn't our fault. Bet on Jett. 888-399-5388. Matt Jett, a proud NHS grad, has a team dedicated to you. Bet on Jett. Settling cases big and small. They specialize in accident and injury cases, and you never pay unless you get paid. Bet on Jett. 888-399-5388. And for more info and specific questions, find them on socials at Jett Accident and Injury Lawyers.
All right, and we're back. So getting into some of the fun facts and the trivia that I kind of was looking through. They talk about, well, they show the scene with Marilyn. You know, at first she doesn't want to go to the launch. She doesn't want to go to the launch or anything like that.
She definitely has this apprehension, the whole superstition.
Of 13.
Yeah.
Well, it's the number that comes after 12, Marilyn.
That's a great line.
And I had to put that down because that just sort of, it showcases two things. It showcases the fact that she's extremely superstitious about this whole thing.
All right.
She doesn't want him to go. She's like, he's made it back this many times. No more. Let's not tempt fate. But it also shows, like, he's a NASA guy. He's not looking into it because it's a number. He's like, comes after 13.
Right.
Or 12.
And also the fact that like it's launching at 13:13, so 1:13 p.m.
Right.
And it's like
and they're
the
supposed
only
to
reason
walk on the moon on the 13th.
Yeah, and the only reason that they chose all these was because that just coincidentally is how the weather was working out perfectly for them to launch.
Right. Everything about a launch is about the weather.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything else is just like it's people seeing patterns that aren't really there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it shows how by the book these people are. And sure, he's excited. Yeah, I'm going to walk on the moon, but I'm just doing a job.
Right. Yeah, doing a job.
I'm doing a job sooner than I thought I was going to be doing it.
Right, because they were not the ones that were supposed to be going on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, poor Al Shepard.
Yeah, well, remind me what happened.
He had like a ear thing.
Oh, that's right, the ear infection, or nasal, some kind of infection of the head.
As it turns out, I found out later he ended up getting Meniere's.
Oh, wow.
And somehow was able to deal with it to the point where he did go on Apollo 14. Wow. So they kind of switched Apollos.
But if he would have waited, he would have been able to walk on the moon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, if he would have made it, would they have made it back alive? I don't know.
Yeah. And if 13 had been the major disaster, would we have had any more Apollos?
Right.
Because after Apollo 1, like they shut the program down for 18 months.
Yep.
Right. Because that was the one that lost
all three
the fire.
in the fire with the door that wouldn't open.
Yeah.
I always forget their names, and
Ed White.
Yep.
Gus Grissom and Roger Chaffee.
Okay.
And there's a scene when the son is his youngest son.
Yeah.
Is asking, did you know the men in the fire situation? He's like, yeah,
I knew all of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the astronaut crew was a very close knit group.
Oh yeah.
I mean, up to that point,
the guys and the families, the wives, all of them, like they kind of had to have their own little commune, essentially, just away from, because they were hounded by the press so much that they would kind of be sheltered away.
Yeah, in a weird way, like celebrities without, the glamour of Hollywood. It was more, I don't know, it's such a strange niche.
Yeah.
Niche.
It's, yeah. So they were that's the one thing this movie does not get correct, is all the astronauts were kind of rallying around them, but you don't really see that in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, you see Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin pop in, a little bit later to kind of help with Blanche.
Yep, and you see Pete Conrad earlier whenever they're watching the first moon landing in the one scene, but, I mean, all those people, like, that was all astronauts and their wives.
Right. I mean, it shows...
They don't draw attention to it, but
it
that's
shows the group congregating to watch Apollo 11, them landing on the moon, and, you see how kind of important it's something that Jim wants to do. He wants to be there.
Oh, man. If I had the opportunity, absolutely. Absolutely.
Especially because there's a drunken scene where he's... Yeah, it's just 60 nautical miles away from it, and to be that close to it.
Yeah.
And your whole mission is just to go around the moon, that's it.
Right. Yep, just a flyby.
Just a flyby, and you're so close.
Got to prove that you can make this happen, so that way the next person can prove the other thing.
Yep.
I guess it was Apollo 10 where they actually land, but they don't get out. Was that it?
They separated. They didn't land. They separated to go like
hover
real close.
Yeah.
And then they went back up and connected.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot how close they got.
It was,
But they didn't actually quite land it.
Okay.
Baby steps.
Yeah. It's like everything had like a design purpose. Okay, we got that. Check that off. Move on to the next.
Bring them home.
I want to say it was like Apollo, was it 3 or 4, somewhere in that, where they... Oh, well, if we flip it around, you can attach to the limb and pull it out and then go to the moon. I don't remember which one that is, but that was a mission.
Like 2 through 6 were unmanned.
Okay. So it was later.
So it was either 7, maybe? Or no.
It's easy to get them mixed up. As you can
They
tell.
kind of blend together. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, baby steps the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it shows how close-knit that they are. They're all at these different gatherings together. I mean, they're joking with each other and everything about Jack and being a playboy kind of guy. You know, obviously being the only bachelor of the three.
Well, I know Ken's real jealous of the fact that, of course, Jack gets to go. But there's that one scene where, who was it? Was it Dick Cavett that was on TV talking about, Jack Swiggert's like the first bachelor that's up there making jokes about it. Here's Ken drinking by himself, hanging out at home, and it's like, you could just see on his face, like, I wanted to be the first bachelor to go up towards the moon.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the interesting thing, too, between the three that did get to go on this, they're all juniors.
Oh, of their name?
Yeah. Yeah, they're all kind of the second. I think Jack was actually named the second. Jim and Fred were actual juniors.
Kind of wonder if that's just a sign of the times, too. Because my dad grew up around that time, and he was also a junior.
Yeah.
So, technically. Or, no, he was a third, actually.
I was never a fan of that naming convention.
I'm so glad I dodged it.
Yeah.
I would have been a fourth.
Yeah, John Whiteside the fourth.
Oh, God, no. King. No, wait, we already have one of those.
Yeah, so Marilyn loses her ring down the drain taking a shower, but she does, the movie doesn't show this, but she does find it again in real life. Some critics actually blasted that scene thinking it did not really happen.
I had no idea.
When I was a kid, I thought, that is so contrived.
Yeah.
And then you get older and you look into it and you're like, she actually did do that.
Actually happened.
Like that is, that's horrible to think about, that husband's getting ready to launch off into space.
You're already freaked out.
Right.
Yeah.
And you drop your wedding ring down the shower drain.
What an omen.
Yeah. One of the other things, too, that I found funny was after Swigert says his line about not filing his taxes on time. Clint Howard's character improvised his line. Well, that's no joke. They'll jump on him, because Clint kind of had some real-life tax issues himself.
And I did look up, did he actually forget to file his tax? No, he did forget.
Yeah.
Because he was so focused on the mission, he just never thought about it.
Yeah, you forget what day what days.
Yeah. And and especially you're going from the backup crew to the main crew.
Right.
I mean, granted, they're all doing the same amount of work, so they're all.
But once you're on the main crew, it's like
you got a little more pressure.
Yeah.
So I totally understand why, but I also love we talked to President Nixon, and you can get an extension because you're definitely out of the country.
Right.
I mean, it's like being in the starting lineup versus being on the bench,
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit different.
Yeah. You go through your warm-ups and your simulations a little bit differently when you're on the B and C squads.
It weighs on you a little bit more, certainly.
Yeah.
Because I know, that's also I know they did this for the movie for dramatic effect, but there seems to be a little bit of hesitation for Jack Swigert all the way through the movie. We know each other's movements and tones, and you want to bring in this other guy, and then later on you have level questioning him, almost micromanaging him in the cockpit. Or you check this gauge, check this, and it's in reality, none of that was happening because they're all doing the same stuff. They're all working with each other. They all know their jobs backwards and forwards. Mm-hmm. There was no question that he was going to do fine on this mission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In fact,
but you have to have the dramatic effect for the movie, so I totally understand.
Yeah, they're coming back from the moon, and they even have a little fight.
Yeah, and there were no fights.
Never happened the entire time.
No, there was no snipping at Houston. There was no snipping at each other. Mm-hmm. But if you don't have that, it's a very boring movie. Mm-hmm. So I get it.
Yep.
But at the same time,
in some ways,
these are professionals.
Yeah,
doing a professional job. Yep. So there is no panicking.
But the human nature, the human side of things, I just can't see.
And I think that's why they chose to dramatize things a little bit, right? Because that's the best way to show that human side, and like some of either frustrations or anxieties or anything above is through those emotions on the big screen. Whereas if it was done exactly how it was portrayed, it probably would have been a little boring,
a little dry.
Dry, like,
because you can listen to the actual recordings, and there is no panic in there, even whenever the accident's going. There's no panic. Yeah,
pretty calm, very
calm. But again, like I said, these are professionals doing a professional job that they've trained for. Okay, now I have to do X instead of B. Okay, cool. All right, I'll do that now. It'd be very boring if it was 100% the way it happened.
Yeah. I mean, even when they're letting Houston know, Houston, we've had a problem.
Yeah.
That is a very distinct, you said it correctly.
Right.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Yep.
What is said in the movie, as you all know, Houston, we have a problem.
Right.
I thought that little nuance was very interesting.
Right.
And this phrase has gone in the pop culture. If you know nothing about this movie, you know that line.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's where it comes
everywhere.
From. Yeah. I mean, even in the movie, that line is delivered overall fairly calm.
Fairly.
I mean, you're 200,000 miles away from Earth. And you've got a problem.
Well, and also, like, they're rattling things off left and right. We've had this, we got this, we got this, we got this. But you go back and listen to the tapes, it's like, okay, we have this. Okay,
we'll
copy that. We'll check on that. Okay, now we have this.
I mean, it's like they're sitting in the simulator.
Yeah.
Knowing they're safely on Earth.
Yeah. It's so calm. It's so, and there's so much time in between that's like, you wouldn't even... They know that there's problems going on, but you listening to it, you'd have no idea. Because it's that ridiculously calm.
Yeah. Props. That's all I can say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. These people are made of much better metal than I am.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's put it that way. I freak out if I almost drop a cup.
Mm-hmm.
And these people are... Oh, we had half of our spaceship just blow up on the way to the moon.
Right. We can see all of our oxygen just pouring out into the atmosphere.
Yep.
It's like,
we're venting oxygen into space.
Yeah.
Okay. Copy that.
Yeah. We see our levels depleting rapidly.
Yeah. Yeah. Now our energy's going out. Okay. Copy that.
Set designers actually used Lovell family photos to help recreate the house from 1969 for the film.
That's pretty wild.
Right. I mean, I'm sure it was not 100% accurate, but I'm sure pretty darn close.
Say, that is a level of detail that I appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Again, you're surprised that the budget was not higher.
Yes.
Going into details like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, between that and how, they filmed the zero-G scenes.
Yes.
They did the whole vomit comet thing where up and down and up and down. And I mean, you only have, 40 seconds or less to get some of those scenes right?
Yeah, 25-second bursts.
Yeah. I would say it's like 25 on average.
Yeah. So, woof.
And to do that approximately 612 times, which is taking you from 38,000 feet down to about 15,000 feet in order to give the filmmakers only 54 minutes of weightless environment footage.
And people say that actors don't suffer for their craft.
Right.
This is just ludicrous.
But apparently only the crew, not the cast, actually would get nauseous and sick from doing these things.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wonder if it has anything to do with them paying attention to something else versus
just being in the moment.
Being in the moment, being in the environment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're, and I don't know how any of them their methods are, but if you're really into method acting, you might be so in the zone that you don't even notice.
Mm.
Or it's some people can read on their phone in the car, and other people are like, no.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm not looking at this little screen for very long. or reading books or just anything.
And I thought I read that NASA actually volunteered their training plane for this.
I believe so.
So they built the replica set inside of it in order to do it. But I can't even imagine. I've been in some planes that we've had some sharp drops.
Right.
A few hundred feet here and there. And that's kind of scary enough.
Right.
I can't imagine free falling for 20,000 feet. No.
I mean, the weightlessness part is cool, but I don't know how all the head stuff works with that.
Right.
Because I just trying to picture, I'd get dizzy as all get out for a little bit. Oh, okay, now I'm ready to go. Oh, now we got to not stop dropping. Oh, well, that's a wasted... Clearly, you don't want to waste your takes if you're doing this.
No. I mean, obviously, they had to do it 612 times just to get 54 minutes of footage.
Which definitely shows the dedication.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's where most of the budget went.
It's a lot of attempts. Yeah. I'm sure a bunch did go to that. And special effects.
And speaking of special effects, there is some CG in it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not...
It's not egregious.
It's not egregious. It's used only when it's needed.
Yeah, it's not Jurassic Park level.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I mean, if you can just build a dinosaur,
Right. So, talking about sickness, now Fred Haise denied throwing up on the actual flight, but did experience some space sickness. Because in the movie, you see Bill Paxton going through... coughing a little bit and then throwing up, and it's just
yeah.
It's like
I think that was definitely for dramatic effect.
Yes.
To almost signify he's just super green, he's new at this.
Plus he's the one who ends up getting the fever later and
right,
getting sickly,
not handling
was
it.
That like a urinary tract infection or something?
I think so.
I think that
sounds right.
Why he had 104 fever or something insane.
It was something like that, yeah.
And I think that they joked that Jack gave him the clap. Gave him an STD.
Well, I know they Lovell makes a comment about on Apollo 8. I forgot who was on it with him, but he said, "Oh yeah, he was up chucking all the way to the moon." And no, I'm fine. That's the thing they don't talk about much. Some astronauts did have problems in the zero-G. But that's not glamorous, so we can't tell anybody that.
Oh, gosh, no.
No.
He's a real man.
We got to play up the danger, but we can't play up the ordinary part of it.
The embarrassing part.
The embarrassing part.
Oops, he crapped his pants.
Which reminds me of the scene whenever Lovell's using the urine thing is, I wish we could demonstrate this on television.
Right. Right, you just see it sprinkling out whenever they...
Yes, the constellation Orion.
Oh, it's so funny. So the actual Apollo 13 capsule is on display at the Kansas Cosmosphere in Hutchinson, Kansas.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Well, shoot.
Of
Guess
all
we gotta
places.
go to Kansas.
Yeah.
I would not put Kansas on my list for that to be.
I would have thought Ohio.
Or the Smithsonian.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or somewhere.
Freaking NASA, man.
One of the NASA locations, yeah.
Even Huntsville.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've been there.
We did go there.
Yep.
Yeah. Houston, I could see.
Although
Houston,
I had a...
Florida?
I had a ejection.
You did have
of the same caliber.
Yeah.
As our friends on board.
And you didn't even have to leave the ground.
No.
And there were 3 of us.
Yeah.
And one of us had the upchucking. Did we
Go to the
unwittingly relive Apollo 13? Oh wait, there were no accidents or crashes.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not quite.
So speaking of Fred Haise, John Cusack and Charlie Sheen were reportedly offered the role of Fred, but turned it down.
You know, if somebody was trying to pitch me this idea and like, hey, so we want you to be in the space movie, I'd be like, great, sounds amazing. we're going to put you in a plane and we're going to drop it 20,000 feet over 600 times to get a... Nope.
Yeah.
I would pass.
Yeah, I'd be like, more than once? Nope.
Nope.
A space movie, you say? I'm in.
I'd be in until I got those details, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound like fun at all.
And Gary Sinise and Ken Mattingly were both born on March 17th. Different years.
That's wild.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, those little things. And even though it's tough to stream Apollo 13, you can't stream it on any of the normal subscription services.
Not as we record.
As we record, yes.
I want to say maybe 3 months-ish, plus or minus 2 ago. It was somewhere.
Yeah.
I almost watched it.
Because I've seen it on Netflix a few times.
Yeah, it might have been.
In the past.
Yeah.
But, yeah, right now... SOL.
Rent or buy right now.
Yeah. And speaking of Netflix, apparently co-founder Reed Hastings allegedly claims that he got the idea to start the service after having a $40 late fee from Blockbuster after keeping Apollo 13 for about 6 weeks. Whether that's true or not, who knows? That's a good story.
It is a great story.
I mean, that's a very specific movie to have that late.
Right, for 6 weeks.
Now, if someone earns a lot of late fees like that, I could totally understand how that concept would inspire you.
Yeah.
But yeah, oddly specific for this one movie. Although there's a lot worse movies that one could have late fees racked up on, so that's fine.
For the fuzzy tingle times?
Yeah.
Yeah, so funny aspect of going back to Marilyn losing her ring, it's like there's all these little things leading up to the launch that really has her questioning things, like pulling up to the stoplight and, you know, the guy in the Mustang recognizing, oh my God, it's Jim Lovell.
Which does showcase their celebrity at the time.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then...
At that stoplight, he's in a 1970 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray.
Mm-hmm.
And that specific color is Monza Red. And the reason that it's Monza Red, right, is because it's Monza, located in Italy. So it's sort of a way to tie it back to the whole excitement of speed and heritage in motorsports. GM gets real cute with their naming of things sometimes. But the car that they pull up next to is a 66 Shelby GT350.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 65 was the first Shelby. 66, they dropped the word Mustang and added some more features to from the 65. And then also in 66, they actually had 2 versions of the GT350. There's a GT350 that we all know and love, and the GT350H, which stood for Hertz, where they made 1001 rent erasers. And so you could go to Hertz and, rent a GT350.
For Hertz Rent-A-Car.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
I kind of fell down that rabbit hole at that particular moment because, he pulls up to a stoplight. Oh, that almost looks like my dad's Corvette. Oh, my God, there's a 350. Well, I'm going to start looking these up.
Yeah, the thing about the Corvette, though, 2 things. One, in the movie, it stalls. It's not like he was planning to race him or anything. It's just the light turns green and the Mustang takes off and the Corvette stalls.
How embarrassing.
Yeah.
The other thing I found interesting with the Corvettes and the astronauts is GM actually had a program where the astronauts could lease a Corvette for $1. Is it per year? $1 per month? Whatever it is.
Either way, it's a great
$1,
deal.
And it's a great deal.
Yeah.
In fact, most of them in the movie had the Corvette Stingray. The C2, as we know it, the second generation Corvette, was actually based on the 1959 Stingray 2 different words. Racer concept car, and that's where sort of the Stingray, one word for the Corvette, came from. And that actually comes from the National Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which I've been to. It's been a few decades, but I've been there. Super cool. Definitely worth a check out.
Which the Corvettes were originally made in St. Louis.
Hey.
Before they moved to...
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, St. Louis used to have a good automotive manufacturing history.
And kind of one last thing, one of the other Corvettes that's very notable was Ken Mattingly's Corvette. It's a Stingray, but it's like a 71, maybe even a 72, because it's in war bonnet yellow. And if you don't know what that color it is, it's kind of like the color of He-Man's hair, but metallic.
Okay. So from the cartoon or from the movie?
The cartoon, definitely.
Okay.
But it was actually that color only had to come out in 71. Now, you could almost argue, because we're halfway through 70, that could still be a possibility. Kind of unlikely, but that may be like the only, when it comes to the cars and the accuracy of the movie, right? That could be like the one little flub. You're like, wait a minute, that can't be there.
That's the wrong year. I think one of the other flubs too was Jim Lovell's Corvette was actually silver.
Yes.
In real life, not red.
Yeah, and I don't remember the color that they talked about, but there's the ones that the 3 that they made for Apollo 11 crew. I want to say it was like the black and gold. I don't remember what the color scheme is, but feel free to look that up. But yeah, they'd only made a couple of those, and those were for the Apollo 11 mission. So
right,
it's pretty cool. I think they have one. I think at Bowling Green.
Yeah, very historically significant.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah, kind of a big deal.
It's interesting you mentioned that GM had a thing with the astronauts about because I always wondered about that, because they always had Corvettes.
Yeah.
I think it was a Florida dealer that came up with the idea.
Brilliant. Honestly, brilliant.
It really is.
At the time, it's the hottest thing.
Yeah.
Why not put them in a vehicle? I mean, it's 3 guys that you're kind of taking a hit on, but at the same time, everybody sees it.
Oh, it's free advertising.
Absolutely. Right. You got it.
That's the best kind of advertising.
It is brilliant. Whoever came up with that, brilliant.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And all through the 60s, these people were everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, just, give them a Corvette for nothing.
Yep.
Seeing the celebrity with your car.
It's like social media before that was a thing.
Yeah. These madmen knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so the movie won Oscars for Best Sound and Best Film Editing. Not Best Director, not Best Picture, not actor, supporting actor, none of that.
Yeah.
Just Best Sound and Best Film Editing, which did a great job. It was a clean film.
Still pretty great, though.
Yeah.
Oh, and the score. We should also mention that James Horner did the music.
Oh.
James Horner, who's done so many. I mean, everyone talks about John Williams, but James Horner has done quite a Star Trek II, Aliens, Avatar, Land Before Time, I want to say. He's done a lot of stuff, and some of the music cues that are in this, like if I kind of turn my brain off a little bit, like they sound out of Star Trek. Like some of especially the early '80s movies.
Well, NASA's leans a little more Star Trek than it does Aliens.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
At least as we record.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple other notes that I've got. Fred in the movie says that he could eat the ass out of a dead rhino shortly after being the first to throw up. It's a hell of a line.
It's a good line.
It's a hell of a line.
Yeah.
Very straight-faced.
Yes. Lovell's oldest daughter, Barbara, kind of the typical teenager at this time, I don't want to go to the any of the press stuff. I don't want to go do this. She's just stuck
the
on
Beatles
music.
broke up.
Right. Yeah, so she's upset about the Beatles breaking up, and she's listening to Jimi Hendrix, and
there's
just distraught.
There's a scene earlier where it's like Halloween for like a brief little bit. Whenever he's told like, "Hey, you're going to be on the Apollo 13."
It's the 30th.
It's
like the day before.
Yeah, it's like right around Halloween,
right?
And she's dressed up as like a San Francisco '60s hippie type.
Yes.
Hey, Dad, can I wear this? Sure.
No, absolutely not.
Right.
Yeah, she's definitely the typical countercultural wannabe child.
But she shows her emotions later in the movie. She's distraught in the way that you expect with the danger of her father.
Sure.
Yeah. She gets
but I love that line about her. Like, I hate Paul. I'm never going to get over this. She wasn't alone.
Yeah.
That was big news.
Yeah, that was some good stuff.
I also love sort of how Jim Lovell is introduced in the movie, where they're kind of zooming in on the big, I forget the building, where they house the rockets and stuff.
Oh, like the assembly.
Yes, the big assembly building.
It's like the Saturn V assembly building.
Yep. And they're talking to the congressman and talking about that divine inspiration, how anything is possible. And then it's just the sign of the times, right? He's like, a computer that can fit in a single room and hold millions of pieces of information. And as we record this, the same thing is true, but in our pocket.
Right.
I just really liked that line because, I mean, yes, we're, almost 3 decades removed from this movie.
Which was 20-something
but that
years
perspective,
after that. Yeah.
But that perspective, that's pretty wild. I liked that a lot.
Yeah. Just the thought of how far technology has come and shrunk in computing power like that.
Oh, man.
That we hold these
when
devices.
We were at Huntsville, there was a NASA engineer there who had designed the circuitry where each piece comes apart, I think, and he was talking about not megabytes, but like the bytes that they used to make the circuitry happen and make each rocket piece come apart. And I'm just like, oh my God, how did you guys do this?
And he was very specific.
Yes.
He's like, we're not talking like megas or kilos.
Yeah.
We're talking single bytes.
Wild. Absolutely. It was a super cool experience. Even though I got sick later, that whole experience through the museum was awesome.
Was before.
Yes, that was before the sick. Yes.
That was before it went downhill.
Yep, quickly.
Yeah. I mean, just real quick, kind of talking about technology, when Schweigert's kind of nervous about flipping or pushing some buttons later after all the condensation.
That was definitely a concern.
Yeah.
Is it going to short out?
Right.
Oh,
I'd be concerned of that. 100%.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here again watching the movie for the first time. Like, that is full of water, and this is much older than your water-resistant phone in your pocket.
Yeah,
but I also found...
and that's a fairly new thing.
Yeah,
because not that long ago, it breathed near water, and suddenly it was dead.
Your little red indicator on your removable battery is toast.
Yeah,
right. But you had to put it in a bag of rice.
Yeah, that's
in hopes
and hope.
Yeah,
right. And cross your fingers.
But I also thought when they were re-entering, and how they had talked about, that condensation melting back off and hitting them, it was almost like raining.
Yeah,
and they depicted that in the movie very
perfectly.
Well.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't have imagined it better.
Mm-hmm. Since you brought up that conversation with the congressman, that is a fascinating thing that, like, I probably watched this movie 100 times in the 90s alone, but I never really picked up on that until much more recently.
Yeah.
The backdrop of this movie is something that was talked about in that scene, and that is, well, if we have an Apollo that far, like, if we don't cancel the program before then. Because this, I mean, like, hey, we've already landed on the moon. What more do we need to prove? That was like the pressure kind of in the background that's like, hey, we need to keep doing big milestones in order to keep the program going.
Right, because they've kind of already achieved
Yeah.
Kennedy's mission of
They sure
putting a
did.
man on the moon.
So, I mean, they were constantly at threat of being cut back, and they did eventually cutting some of the Apollo programs, but they made it up to 17 at least. But there were a few people mentioned in the movie that they were like, oh, I can't wait to go up. Well, the one guy, it's like, oh, I can't wait to go up there on, I think it was 19, I think it was. I'm going to take my entire collection of Johnny Cash up there.
Right.
Yeah, you didn't get to go.
Nope.
Yeah.
Maybe they canceled it because they didn't want to take Johnny Cash.
It is interesting, all the different things that people, bring up there. I mean, I think in this one, somebody brought some kind of, like, tape, not recorder, but player.
Yeah. They
look like a Walkman.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
They were allowed to bring the Walkman. It was a different tape that they weren't supposed to bring.
Oh.
Which is, they're real critical on what you can bring, what you can't bring, because everything's based on weight.
Yep.
You have to very carefully know what your weights are, so you can't take... But apparently, astronauts took things...
Oh, sure. Yeah.
There were some who took things without knowing to leave them on the moon. They'd leave pictures, they'd leave memorabilia, one of them, I can't remember which one it was, but they brought the hammer and the feather so they could test Galileo's theory about
dropping
them, which falls, and they fall at the same rate in a vacuum. They'd bring, I forget who it was that brought the golf clubs so they could hit a golf ball on the moon.
Which, most iconic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a great...
Yeah. But it's like everyone snuck a little something in.
It'd be hard not to.
It's hard not to.
Yeah, just stuff it in your suit.
What's a couple ounces?
Yeah.
Right. If I'm going to leave it there, because we're supposed to be bringing back moon rocks.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll take a little He-Man and put him on the moon.
Oh, God.
Just a little before then. But
yeah, that's fair.
But if it was one of us, we would have done that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Maybe He-Man fighting an alien or something.
Leave a He-Man and a Skeletor.
I'll be back.
Maybe a little Man-at-Arms and She-Ra.
Oh, man. So you talked about From Earth to the Moon, which is an HBO series.
And it's fantastic. It really is.
It's wonderful.
And I think we were sort of discussing before the podcast. It does do a pretty good job at focusing on slightly different things. Like the space stuff is kind of in the background. But,
especially as the series goes on.
Yeah, and they sort of focus on other things happening at that time as well.
It's like they're telling two stories in one.
Yeah.
For a lot of the episodes.
And in fact, it was sort of expressing maybe my disdain for the Apollo 13 one, and you had said you kind of loved it.
It's one of my favorites. It is not... My favorite is the Apollo 15 episode, because that's the one where they take them out into the desert and kind of teach them how to do geology and how to recognize rock formations, and basically give them a crash course in geology, and because they have no idea what they're doing.
Right.
Like
they fly planes.
They're experimental pilots, and they're astronauts, and they're fighter pilots, and they're not geologists, but they have to become scientists for these missions. But the Apollo 13 episode is all about, you don't actually go up with them, you don't see anything from inside, it's all from the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about the media coverage and the new changes of how media is covering. Like, do you want to be sensationalistic? Do you want to invade the family? Do you want to respect their privacy? Old school, new school.
Yep.
It is also, I sometimes forget about this, From the Earth to the Moon came out in 98, so it was only 3 years after Apollo 13, so this movie's real fresh in the mind.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you want to see what that experience is like, yeah, you go watch the movie.
Right.
But you want to see what happened on Earth in response to that, yeah, you watch the From the Earth to the Moon episode.
fantastic series.
That series is wonderful.
If you even just remotely like any of the space stuff, the moon stuff,
oh yeah,
go watch that.
Introduced by Tom Hanks every episode.
Yeah, which perfect.
Yeah, and the last episode, the Apollo 17 mission, it does like flashbacks to kind of tie up like
wink and a nod to the
old trip to the moon, the French movie from 1903, 1908, something like that. But Tom Hanks plays as the French director, which is wonderful.
But also that whole story is kind of interesting how much they kind of got right in the original story. You know, it was going to be in Florida where they took off from. It just, instead of a cannon, it was a rocket.
Yeah.
So pretty wild.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, I've had the DVD set of From the Earth to the Moon for 20 plus years.
I think I borrowed it for the 50th.
You borrowed it for a long time.
Well, it took me a little while to get through it, as it does.
Time,
yeah. He eventually gets to it. And then
I don't even know if you got through it.
I did.
Did you?
I did. I speed ran it because it was like a week till the 50th anniversary.
Because I thought you didn't even get through it.
No, yeah, I got through it.
But it didn't really matter because it's always on Max. Because it's an HBO property.
Yep.
Right. So it's always on there.
Well, formerly Max, now back to HBO, right?
Well, depends on what year
as we record.
They need to make up their mind.
It's been through so many different things.
Yeah, as we record, might be HBO again.
Whatever the HBO streaming services.
Yeah.
Right. At the time that you hear this.
Yes.
Just look for it.
Yeah. But yeah, another series that you see, Who's Who, like you see a lot of actors are like, oh, that's that guy or that's that lady.
In fact, in that particular Apollo 13, it's like episode 8. We interrupt this program, I think it's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of the news people sitting at the table answering phones.
Yeah.
I swear the guy that plays, I think it's Daryl in the Office, is sitting at the table.
It could be.
Maybe
I'll have to go back and watch.
Yeah, I have to rewatch. But like, man, that hair, it's hard to. He's a hard guy to miss. But
I mean, every time I watch that series, I always see somebody else. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they were in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about the difference between what the public sees and what is actually, because they're doing a broadcast live from space, like getting everybody together. Oh, Jim's going to have his broadcast. And do all this stuff, and
which was what they did.
Right,
every mission had done something like that.
But it shows, like you said, the disconnect of the newness, it's not the new thing anymore. So they're not showing it on all the major channels like they normally would have with the others.
I don't think any of his broadcasts made it.
Nope.
Originally.
Yep.
Now you can find it on YouTube, and actually, I watched kind of little bits in pieces.
And it's really dry.
Yeah,
I see why they thought.
But you know what? They nailed some of the visuals of that.
Oh yeah, they got it.
Zooming into the moon. Mm-hmm. They really nailed him doing that broadcast, and then going, "Hey, why don't you stir the tanks?"
And I heard Xander Berkeley's character makes a comment about, the network said that they make a trip to the moon as exciting as a trip to Pittsburgh. And I was kind of watching, so yeah, it is kind of dry.
If you're from the Midwest, that checks out.
Yeah, but again, like, these are fighter pilots trying to make entertainment.
Right. Not exactly going to be known for their entertaining ability.
No. No.
Yeah, especially with it just being the three of them up there.
Mm-hmm. And then you have poor Blanche, who, they said my son was going to be on TV.
Right. She's got one of the aides of like this nursing home trying to find this broadcast on one of the
4 channels. Well, this is all the channels we have.
Right.
It's that damn TV guide.
Yep.
Yeah. She has the best lines.
Oh, she does. She did a really good job.
Everything she says is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite line of hers is because she's, I don't want to say senile. That's not quite the right word, but she's.
Yeah, I don't know if she's kind of dementia.
Well, they said that she had a stroke not long before, but she doesn't act like she's had a stroke.
No.
But she's definitely
little disassociation.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But she does have a really good moment whenever they tell her about the accident. And, are you scared? And the girl's like, yeah. And she's, well, if they could get a washing machine to fly, my Jimmy could land it. Great, serious moment.
Mm-hmm.
What a great line.
And
in fact, I remember, because I saw this in the theater when it came out, and I very clearly remember that line got quite a chuckle in the audience. Not a hurrah, like, yeah, you can do it, but like, yeah.
And when they showed Neil and Buzz showing up to kind of like sit with her, isn't that when she goes, are you boys in the space program too?
Yeah. And I love how they look at each other like, she has no idea who we are.
Right, they just kind of nod.
You still in the Navy, Clark?
That's what it makes me think of, yeah.
Oh, your house is on fire.
And I do like how, like, they're kind of trying to distract her a little bit. Was Jim in the Eagle Scouts? Yes, he was. Oh, was he? Yeah, that's good. That's
yeah. Poor Blanche. But no, Ron did good being able to bring his mother on to play this small role, but a very entertaining role.
Oh, yeah. Much more memorable than Rance's part.
Reverend, yeah.
He's there in a few scenes, but I think the most exciting thing he did is he put his hand on, like, the boy's shoulder.
Yeah.
It's very in-depth acting there.
Right. Power of Christ.
That's a whole other movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big time. So then, Justin, you've also got in here both the procedure for using the landing module as a lifeboat and the oxygen scrubber fix were items that had procedures already created. But apparently this was the first time that they had to be used.
Yeah, they were actually created several missions earlier. I understand why they have a lot of things in the movie to show like how smart they are to think on the fly and fix problems. But it also, there's a phrase that a lot of people fall into, and it's one of my biggest self-criticisms. I never want to have this happen. And it's the phrase a failure of imagination, where it's you didn't think of every possible scenario that can happen. These people did. They thought of every possible thing, and they created procedures for everything. So whenever it's portrayed like, oh, we have a square filter and a round filter. Oh, yeah, tell me this isn't a government thing. There was a reason why they had to be that for the configuration of their... But they knew that, so they had a contingency for how to exchange them.
Right, to deal with the CO2 levels.
Yeah. If you needed to use a filter in the other one, here's how you do it.
Yeah,
they just never had to actually do it before.
I swear nowadays, though, cost-wise, they would have been the same filter.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, the only reason it was different was because of the way the angles, like it had to be a certain...
Yep.
But it's... I mean, and really the whole like, oh, we have to bring Ken in to figure out how to do this thing.
Yeah.
Like, no, they knew how to do all this, but they brought him in to run the simulations and test it, to verify it. They wanted to verify before they went up. But yeah, all of these were, I want to say it was like even before Apollo 8 that they came up with some of this stuff, which shows even more how smart these people were.
Yeah.
There was literally nothing that could happen that they hadn't come up with a contingency for.
That's why I don't work there.
A lot of brilliant minds.
Oh, yeah. And it's amazing how big this project was, because I was looking up some numbers on it, and I want to say it was around 1% of the GDP was just the space program to get them to the moon. That's an incredibly huge amount.
Yeah.
And then sad that once we made it there, it's like,
cool.
That's nice.
Hopefully.
We beat the Russians. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
Right.
hopefully.
And haven't really been back.
Hopefully we're back soon.
Not manned.
Yeah.
At least. Let's put it that way.
Right, yeah.
Hopefully we're back soon and maybe beyond.
Yeah, you never know.
A window for Mars is coming up in 32 to.
I will put a caveat on that. If it's for scientific discovery and not for corporate interests.
Right, yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of push to go to these places for resources.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about the resources.
Nope.
I care about the scientific discovery.
I mean, there's a bunch of private, whatevers now.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, because they're all private, their main goal is to make money.
Yep.
Unfortunately. And with NASA, it was about the science and the discovery and learning, and that brought a lot of new things to Earth because we had to just make them. And I think, if you really believe in that, you should really support NASA. 100%.
100%.
I mean, SpaceX is cool, but let's be real, they're there to make money.
Yep. They're not going to explore and learn things.
No.
They're going to make money.
Yep.
And they're going to get their money.
Yep.
Eventually.
Yep.
The other thing that people don't talk about is when they say, we went to the moon. Why are we going? Well, one of the reasons is we brought back so much stuff that we're still learning about the stuff we brought back. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Let's learn about the stuff we brought back first.
Right. Otherwise, we're just going to bring back more of the same stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate to bring up from the Earth to the Moon again, but on the Apollo 15 mission, there was one specific type of rock they were looking for, and it was that was the holy grail of the type of rock we were looking for, and it was essentially a type of rock that would tie back to possible origins of the solar system kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they were trained specifically look for all these things, but we want to find this is the one thing. Yeah, they found it. Yeah. I love that it's you can train these people who are not scientists to do science things to look for the thing, and then they finally find it, and it's it's the gift that keeps giving. Well, what else do we bring back? Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at that. I get excited about space travel.
Yeah, it's a neat thing. It's a shame.
I hope in our lifetime we still get to see a Mars landing. I really hope.
Right.
I'd love to have an Apollo 18, and hey, this is just us testing it out. And
it's a funny you mention Apollo 18. Slight diversion, but there is an Apollo 18 movie.
Yeah.
I love this movie. It is.
Is it like a B movie?
Not really.
Okay.
It came out a few years ago, and it's one of the few found footage movies that I actually really enjoy.
Oh.
Where it's the way the movie's formatted it is the Apollo 18 that took place after Apollo 17, but NASA hid any record of it because they went to the moon and they found creatures. Oh. And these they're spidery crab creatures that attack them.
Love it.
That movie's incredible. It's a spooky, scary space movie about finding monsters on the moon.
Pitch black.
Sort of, but
no shiny eyes.
Done really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shiny eyes. Yeah.
And no family.
No. It and that's one of those that frequently comes up on streaming services. It's available a lot. It's easy to find. If you like a spooky moon story, that's a fun one.
Could be interesting.
It's a fun one.
But yeah, I do hope for some kind of Apollo 18 in real life, maybe 1920, and then jump from there to go to Mars. I'm dying to see that in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be even better if we found life on Mars. I'm just saying. Because that it changes the whole human dynamic.
It would change a whole lot of things.
And if we don't, we keep looking.
Or even past life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be fine with that.
Yep, sure would. That'd be interesting.
You just never know what's up there.
Nope. Keep on exploring.
You don't know until you look.
Mm-hmm.
So talking about the Apollo re-entry, I know that they mentioned in the movie that they were worried that if it came in at an angle or whatever, there was the speed that would just skip off hit the water skipping off the
The speed and the angle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It just would not be able to make the re-entry possible.
I mean, the movie does a great job about all these complex, difficult scientific concepts, but explaining them in such a way that the average person can understand.
Yeah.
The exposition in this movie is so wonderfully done, because some of it's like the TV broadcast, some of it's visual, some of it's explained through explanations here and there. Occasionally it does kind of jump out. Like there's the one scene where he said, well, this could happen, or this could happen, or this could happen, and the guy's response is, no, I'm well aware of the risks. And it's like, okay, a little too obvious there.
But like the drawing on the chalkboard, well, we've got enough oxygen to get here, but we need to get to here. So how do we do that?
Right.
Yep,
how do we get from there to there?
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, it's like in Interstellar, how they're explaining the wormhole, and they take the piece of paper, they fold it, they put the pencil through it. It's the most classic way to explain a wormhole.
Which wasn't the first time that had been done.
Correct.
But
yes.
It's a perfect way of explaining it.
Yep.
So, like, how else can you do it?
Yeah.
Like, it's perfect. But yeah, with the reentry in particular, Apollo reentry typically was 3 minutes. So in the movie, they're like, okay, 3 minutes. Like that's how long it takes.
But because they weren't so dead on the money on the reentry, it took a little bit longer through that blackout period, because the plasma that's going around the vehicle, that's jamming their communications essentially.
Which still, the whole idea of communicating between that sort of distance, 200-something thousand miles away, is just unreal. And now, even still today, we still have bad cell signal.
Yeah. Well, and sort of touch on SpaceX a little bit. It is very fascinating to see that vehicle re-enter the atmosphere, but still have a signal. Like, that's the first time that's ever been possible. Some of the images from that, by the way, just go look that up, the Starship re-entry or whatever, and you like see the plasma burning around it. It looks almost like generated. It's insane,
nightmarish.
Yeah. But that's just that's how you get back in. You got to deal with it. That's the atmosphere. That's what protects us.
Yep. I'm worried about cracks in the plating and just all the little things that you have to be concerned about.
The other thing that I don't know was mentioned in the movie, but it was something about radioactivity from the...
They didn't mention anything about radioactivity in the movie.
Yeah, in the core. As far as I know, that was a concern in the media. It seemed to be quickly kind of disbanded and nobody talked too much about it, but that was a concern initially, because, if they come crashing in and hit something, are they going to blow up? Like, what is that?
Right. Because I think they said that if the parachutes deploy, they'll land at approximately a speed of 20 miles per hour. Otherwise, it's 300 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's assuming, because if they had enough power to deploy the chutes.
Right.
Or if the heat shield was damaged, then it wouldn't have even protected them, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Or the chutes weren't frozen.
Yeah.
I think that was a concern.
Yeah. But because it is referenced that they're coming in at a shallower angle, that they talk about, but which I love their response, because they said, well, is there anything we can do about it? No, not at the moment. Well, then we don't need to tell them, do we?
Right, yeah.
Which is...
just won't say anything.
Yeah, like, why give them more to worry about if you can't do anything about it? But because of that, like, it is a shallower angle. Like, they knew it was going to take longer. That's not explained in the movie.
No, they use a little dramatization to
because it was going to take
it up.
Yeah, because they estimated in reality it was going to take about 4.5 minutes for them to actually get through instead of the 3. It ended up being about 6. So it took 90 seconds longer than they thought it was going to take.
That's the longest 90 seconds of everyone's life.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand why they thought, oh yeah, they're dead.
Yeah.
They're all burned up, because they should have talked to us a minute and a half ago.
Yeah.
So whatever, it's like, that's one thing I wish they would have mentioned just a little bit more of. Like, I understand why they did it the way they did, but like, hey, we thought they were going to come out, but it's even sure, they're excited because they're back, but no, they're excited because they should have burned up a minute and a half ago, and they didn't.
No, it was good. It's definitely a movie I'd like to watch again in the not too distant future, because I've only seen it a few times myself. So
it's definitely
holds up.
It holds up great.
Definitely be rewatching. Probably about summertime too. I don't know. Just
it's a good summer movie.
It is. It is.
Summer blockbuster.
You got it. You got it. There's just some movies that just they feel like summer.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of them.
Oh, and as if it wasn't like, what else could go wrong? There's a typhoon warning.
I forgot about.
I always forget about the typhoon warning.
I'm just sitting here like, no, that can't be real.
You get so close.
It actually, they were concerned about landing, and because they were trying to aim for the Pacific because of the whole radioactivity, possibly. But then it's like, oh, just kidding. The other thing they need to worry about, it's a typhoon. Yeah, they're going to land on the edge of that. Might be concern.
Yeah, apparently that radioactive core is still in the bottom of the Pacific.
Yep, I'm sure it is. And we've got about 50 new species of fish.
Of course, from back then, they say it was still intact. So
yeah, I'm sure it was mostly harmless from what I can gather. So either that or we'll see Godzilla in about 20 years.
Right. Yeah, coming out of the Pacific.
Kaiju.
Oh, boy.
I like the epitaph of the movie also, where kind of what they went on to do. And I always like whenever a movie that's actually based on a true story, like, kind of gives, like, okay, this is what happened to them after the story. But that was a little sad about the Jack Swigert part, which I never looked up until the other day. As weird as I am about looking up celebrity deaths and things, you'd think that I would have looked this up a long time ago, and I never did, and then I did, and I'm like, wow, that is a tragic ending.
Yeah, because he kind of died young, didn't he?
Like 51?
Yeah.
From?
Well, so he, in 82, I want to say, decided to, well, late 70s, he retired from NASA, decided to get into politics, and starts running for the House of Representatives and gets elected in 82. And it says in the movie that he gets elected but dies of cancer before he can take office.
That's right.
So I did some looking and I thought, well, how does that happen? What kind of cancer?
Yeah.
Because, that has to be fast. Oh boy. So he gets diagnosed in early part of 82 with a malignant nasal tumor.
Oh, no.
And doctors say, well, we're going to do all the things we got to do for that. And you should be, by June, you should be fine. No problems. Then he started having some back pains and some other pains. And in August is diagnosed with bone cancer. And he is officially elected, I guess, November of that year. And 2 days after Christmas, he's dead.
Right, because he would have taken office in January.
Yep. He is one of the few people who got elected and died before he could take his oath of office.
Wow.
I forgot who the last one was. The last one was somebody because of COVID.
Also begs the question, was it because he was up there and got hit by some sun rays, maybe? Some particles of some kind? I don't know.
This is the question.
Right, or just something within
our genetic thing, or
right.
All of the above?
Could be any of the things, yeah.
I mean, Jim Lovell's still alive as we record this.
My God.
Right, he's like 93. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea, because I thought that he died like not long before the movie came out. So, no, it turns out, Swigert died like 13 years before the movie. So,
jeez,
that was a while.
Yeah.
Because I think that Ken and Gary Sinise obviously got to work together doing the whole Schweigert part, or not Schweigert part, but the Ken Mattingly part. Fred and Bill Paxton got to work together doing their parts and stuff, so
it really helps.
Hey, we just saw Bill Paxton's grave.
Yes, we did.
That's another tragic ending also.
Yeah, died way too young.
I want to say it was heart surgery, something like that, and then complication during
something like that. It was kind of like John Ritter in a way. I mean, just a very sudden.
It was sudden
that you weren't expecting it. And no, again, like I said, this is definitely a movie I think people that have any interest in space should watch.
Inspirational stories, overcoming the odds.
Oh,
I mean,
failure is not an option.
Failure is not.
So he had a stroke, and then he had an emergency surgery to repair damage to a coronary artery, and condition deteriorated. And following 10 days, he died of a stroke.
That's Bill.
And it was some kind of surgery.
February 25th, age 61.
Incredible.
Any last words to say about Apollo 13, fellas?
Keep exploring.
Do you ever feel like you can't do the things? Just watch the movie and you can do the things.
Yep.
You're only limited by your imagination, as they like to say.
As Jim Lovell said, anything's possible.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Also, I guess I should, since I always forget about it, his son, Miko whatever, that was a kid from Pet Sematary.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Not to bring that up at the end of the discussion or anything, but yeah. That's a thing.
Pet Sematary. Yeah, that's right. That was the boy that got popped by the truck.
Yep. And then slashes Fred Gwynn's Achilles and then gets stabbed with the syringe and then says, "No fair."
No fair.
Yeah.
Oh, Pet Sematary. Such a great classic film.
Maybe one day we'll talk about it.
Maybe.
If enough people ask us to.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Please ask us to. I want to talk about it.
Right. Yeah, definitely. As mentioned on our episode about the great outdoors, if people request things, we will talk about them.
If you ask us, they will come.
Yes. If you ask us, they will talk.
Speaking of that, did James Horner do Field of Dreams soundtrack? I think he might have.
I don't know. If only we had a computer in the palm of our hand that could figure stuff like that.
We had the power of the world's information at our fingertips.
Yeah. But while we use those little devices, we'll just go ahead and kind of start closing things out here. Then we'll, again, I want to thank Stark Roofing and M&J Creations for helping sponsor this, along with our other sponsors that you heard during our commercial break. If you would like to check out and acquire a t-shirt, you can definitely do so via the link in our show notes. Thanks to M&J Creations. That's kind of the stuff that they do. And again, if you'd like to get in touch with the show, those ways to do that are in the show notes as well. Email or social media, whichever you want to do. It's all there. So I guess that pretty much does it for this episode. I guess we're going to be talking to you again in the next time when we get back from the past.
Over and out.
The Lion's Den Podcast Network, powered by Stark Roofing. With over 45 years of experience in the roofing and exteriors industry, Stark Roofing is a local, family-owned and operated company that provides excellent customer service and workmanship. Let's Start Roofing. Bring your home back to life. You can give them a call at 636-671-0045 and tell them Spanky sent you. Stark Roofing, proud title sponsor of the Lion's Den Podcast Network and this amazing podcast presentation.
Delta Airlines just turned 100 and is already shaping the next century of flight. with the Delta Sustainable Skies Lab. Here, they're building the future of flight. Think electric air taxis and next-gen aircraft aiming to cut fuel burn significantly. And this isn't just future talk. Today, their fleet of Boeing 737s have marine-like finlets designed to reshape airflow that reduces drag. The future of travel is more sustainable, and Delta's leading the way. Learn more at delta.com/sustainability.